Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. As I mentioned in the previous one, this video will be about how I render my stickers digitally. For this one I am using Sketchbook Pro. A couple of months ago this program became free of charge, and ever since I have been obsessed with it. It is also the reason why I got back into digital drawing. I usually used Krita before that, but it kept on crashing on me and it also lagged a lot. Sketchbook Pro does not have this problem and I am extremely happy with it, so from now on for my digital rendering I am using this program. Since I am fairly inexperienced, I am not going to go into the tools that I'm using and the settings because they still change quite a lot. For the line art, I am basically using the pen tool because it is very sharp. You can see it in the left side that it has no feathered edges. Of course, this is a setting, so you can change this if you want, but this is what I use for my line art. And I also use it for the color blocking that you will see later, because it is easy just to go around the outside and use the bucket tool to fill in the entire area. Just to give you an idea of how long it actually took me to create this, every sticker or every pumpkin I made like this is about an hour to an hour and a half of rendering time. So this video that you're seeing here is sped up 8 times. It's quite difficult to get my line art the way I want it, so I go in and place the line and erase it and draw it again, and it's just trial and error. Since I am using a non-screen tablet, it is quite hard to draw in the same place every time. So I usually have edges that don't connect or that are kind of crooked, and I just go back with the eraser tool to clean it up. Here I am outlining the pumpkin and filling it in with the bucket tool. It just goes way faster than coloring it in manually. And I applied this same technique for every other part of the pumpkin, including the eyes and like the little top. For the shading I'm using a paintbrush. I'm not entirely sure. You can see it selected on the left side. The opacity, I change it quite a lot because I sometimes want lighter, darker values. And that's basically what I use for the shading. I use a lighter color for the highlights, of course, and a darker color for the shadows. And I also use the paint selecting tool, I'm not sure what the exact name is, to select colors that are already on the pumpkin so I can create a nice gradient. And when I created my first pumpkin, I actually made the eyes and just the inside of the pumpkin dark, but I figured since you put some kind of light or candle in it, it should actually be lighter and more glowing than the dark ones you usually see. So for this entire set of stickers I created it in a way that there would be light shining out of the pumpkin. And for this I'm using the exact same technique. I lay down a flat color, I select a lighter one and I start shading, and then I use the color select tool to select colors in between and create a nice gradient. And depending on where the light comes from, I will do some extra shading with either highlights or shadows. In this video I didn't do it often, but sometimes I would change the color of the background to check if I missed some parts and fix those. It's not always easy to see if you colored in everything if you have just one background layer, so change the colors and check your image again for parts you might have missed. Since this was the last sticker of the bunch, I went straight into creating the sticker sheet itself. For this I am using Krita, basically because I have not found a way to do this in Sketchbook Pro. I guess you can do it, but I didn't want to spend too much time on figuring out how to do that. So Krita was something that I am used to, and therefore I went into this program. And yes, it did crash on me. I barely lost it when at the end of finishing the sheet it crashed and I thought I had lost everything. Luckily Krita has a great autosave and yeah, I didn't lose everything, so that was okay. After I create the sticker sheet, I just print it out on label paper. Currently I don't have any fancy sticker sheets that are vinyl or any type of waterproof or tear-free paper. I just use label paper for this because I'm still testing out what works, what doesn't, what looks good and what doesn't. And after I print these out, I cut them manually. It's a lot of work, but it's also very relaxing for some reason, so I don't really mind. Because I have to cut them out manually, the amount of sticker packs that are available are quite limited. I think I have currently 12 that are available on my shop. If for some reason you don't want all the pumpkins in one pack, I will also put them on Society 6 individually, and you can also order stickers from there. In my recent videos, I have also noticed while editing that on the voiceover there is this white noise or some kind of buzzing, and I figured out what it was, but I can't really change anything about it. Turns out that my Mac can't really handle me editing a video for too long, and it starts to blow air like a lot, and that is what you're hearing. Unfortunately, the mic is picking up on it and I cannot get away from it. I need to actually just shut down the program, let my Mac rest for a while, and then come back to it in order to fix it. So what you're hearing right now is my Mac struggling. So I'm sorry, but I cannot fix this. I've tried. To conclude this video, I want to give you a heads up. I don't really know when my next video is going to be. It is September and the Inktober prompt list has come out, and I've already been preparing for Inktober. I have been sketching but not filming anything. If I end up not filming the sketching process, I will try and do a Inktober sketchbook tour in which I will go over my sketches and explain the ideas behind these sketches. So that is something to look forward to. Other than that, I will probably not post a video until the end of September. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time!